Good day, everybody. All right, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you so much for all of your provisions. We thank you for your goodness, your kindness, your grace, and your mercy upon us. Thank you for our friends and family, and I pray for strength this morning. I pray for wisdom and discernment for myself and those that are trading this morning. I ask these things in the name of Jesus, Yeshua. Amen. Good morning, guys. Hey, Vin and Larry. So good to see you both. Oh, man, I'm still just my heart hurts from yesterday. Just got stung hard. Vin, after you left, I got hit with another loss. So back-to-back losses yesterday. Man, rough time. And we're gonna review what happened, and we're gonna review why it happened. Let's just check. We're gonna go check over the news for a sec. So in half an hour, we've got core durable goods on the US dollar. And then in Larry and mine afternoon at 2 p.m., we've got FOMC meeting minutes. And then Royal Bank of New Zealand Governor Bremen speaks also at that time. So I think I might look at the market to see if there's any movement at that time. Because what's happened the past, so we had the US and Canadian bank holidays on Monday, which slowed the market down massively. But the thing is yesterday it never picked up. And so we had like two really slow days of barely any movement in comparison to what we've been having. Thanks, Vin. Yeah, well, we'll just all we can do is just trade the system and then get what we get. But yeah, I got stung yesterday, and here's the brutal thing too, is I took a bunch of losses last night too. So back-to-back losses through, okay, I'm showing MT5, right? Let me just check. Make sure I'm going through this for, yeah, okay. So yesterday, took losses right on this move as we started our session off. Super duper annoying. Then we started finding the shorts and we went short in here. And as that market started to press and close lower on the hourly chart, started to gather momentum, so it started shorting, and then the market just ran right back up with no volatility. Like there's a couple little moves in there, but they were really small yesterday, like barely moving. That New York session was dead. And then we went short. And I'm glad that I had cut my sizing in half, my stop loss in half, because if I had 35 pip stop losses, I still would have hit them with this huge move. So I'm glad that we stopped out where we did. We really predefined that 1.183 level I said I didn't want to be short anymore if it went back above that. And so, yeah, and what the reason why we get these is low volatility. Like this is an example of it. There's barely any movement. So I grabbed a couple little trades in the afternoon yesterday, and then I came back into the Tokyo session, and I had forgotten to readjust my stop losses wider. My 35 pips is where I usually put them. So I got into some trades in the Tokyo session, and the Tokyo session was dead. It barely moved at all. And so that I couldn't just I didn't stay up late because I was just getting so tired. And then the market during the London session made a little move and hit those 17 pip stop losses in there too. So now I was around 250 yesterday. Now I'm down to 211. So that is getting wrecked, is what that is. But there's nothing we can do about it. And it just hurts and it stings. And the only thing you can do is trade your system. Here's the more annoying part, as I find, is when there's no volatility and you just so badly want to find trades to get going and get losses back. And but if the volatility is not there, you can't. And so this morning, as we're gonna come in here and start trading, the volatility has been really bad for this first half of this week. And so what I've found is anytime there's low volatility, you have to trade lighter. And so we have to be slower to make money back. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trading lighter and slower until I see that the higher volatility comes back, and then we can try and make some better moves. Like the moves will naturally present themselves. But until then, we got to be light and careful and slow. There's no revenge. There's nothing to make back. And it just grinds my gears. I know you guys probably know it. I hate it. I'm sure we all hate it. But so all we can do is just take it from where we're at today. So we're gonna go from the daily, and we'll just work our way down again. Oh, I gotta mark 10,211.41 is our starting balance for today. 10,211.41. 10,211.41. Man, I hate that. Okay, go to the daily. Can get rid of the trade history. And let's get rid of all the chart objects. All right. So we had all this great movement. Even through here, last week was not bad. It was still decent, even though it was just kind of grinding down. There's lots of moves. But this week so far, Monday, Tuesday, has been relatively dead. And then we had that big bottoming candle come in. And so here we are today. We've still barely had any movement. The London session was really slow. I'm probably going to stay to the long side because of that bottoming pattern yesterday that we had. Here's the hour chart. Yesterday's outside range, we had this big down move and then an even bigger up move, creating this outside range, which is a pain. There's like, for me, they almost always mean losses. I'm going to just get into a buy right here because I know what that's doing right now, and the 1 minute chart's pulled back. Um, and then here's the Tokyo session that's really, really dead through here. And then we like there's a little bit of movement in the London session. I'm gonna just pull out the measuring tool. It dropped 17 pips because it just hit my 17 pip stop losses, and then it barely moved in there too. So really dead, and that's not good for trading. That is not good for trading at all. So this morning, all we can do is we'll start marking everything out, and we'll just take it easy and light, and hopefully the volatility comes back today. How are you guys doing? Larry, how did you end up doing? You ended up taking losses too? I mean, I think we all took losses yesterday. I'm just hoping that news brings some volatility back, because man, I just can't stand it when the markets are dead. They just drive me nuts. They make me lose money, and then they go slow, and ugh. Not good. Yeah, I know that if we perform our systems properly, they'll make money back. It's just going to take time. Big losses in your sim account. Larry, yeah, took losses. That is what low volatility does to us. And the worst part is when low volatility comes in, we take a loss, you get angry and you're upset and you want it back. And it's the worst time to make it back when volatility is flat, it's not there. It's the worst time, and so you've got to maintain ultra control during those times when you lose and when the volatility goes down. They're so hard. They're the most challenging times in the market that I've found. Do you guys see that what it means to be low volatility? Those back and forth movements aren't there. I need to get my funded back since I lost this past week in my pre-fund. Yeah, that's brutal, Larry. I lost big in my funded account yesterday. I just got smoked. I'm over 4% down now in my funded account. And now I've got barely any wiggle room. I have to go so slow now to bring it back. Super slow. These moves in here, like look at this move, the entirety of this move here. That move ran, oh, it ran over 50 pips, 52, 53 pips with barely any legs up and down. It just went straight up. And that just offers very little opportunity for trading. Like, unless you just bought and held, you would have made money all afternoon, all that entire, those hours that it ran up. But there's not much opportunity for trading back and forth. So that's that low volatility, just, it kills us. It's not so bad when you take a loss. Like, remember last week, the news just smashed my stop losses. And by the end of the session, I'd recovered. Remember that? And then I had the platform just all of a sudden randomly take a bunch of losses on me, and I still recovered from that too, because the volatility was there. There's all kinds of opportunities for trades, but this week so far has been just dead. And it's super annoying. We just have to be extra patient. I think this talk is just important because I need to hear it too. But it's the way we get past the flat and the flat times in the market and our losses is how we end up moving forward with our trading, is how we handle these times. So it sucks. Nobody really wants to talk about these times. Like it's just the yucky part about trading. But it's the most important part, is how we lose and how patient we are when it's slow, especially after a loss. A lot of the time when we lose, it's because the volatility has dropped off. I mean, occasionally it's because it's like expanding and there's all kinds of big moves, and that's fine, that's good, because there's lots of trading. But when we lose because of low volatility, that's the hardest time, when it goes dead, because then you're just sit there stuck in your losses and there's nothing you can do. It's not moving, there's no trades. You're just left vulnerable to sit there in your thoughts and your emotions, waiting, desperately wanting the market to move. And you start fabricating reasons to trade in your mind because you want it back so bad. Have you guys ever done that? I guess we get to have our psychology chats while the market's dead. So let's come here and put some layers in, some lines in, see where we can place some trades today. I'm going to go with yesterday's bullish side for now. We've got seems to be a pivot in here, heading back up. So I still think you can make money both sides. I'm just trying to decide whether I would feel comfortable shorting. Let's have a look. I'm going to draw a trend line through here, right through here. And we're bumping up into that trend line. If we break that, guys, I think it might just keep running upward. So I don't think I want to be on the short side. I think I'm going to just keep waiting for the long side, because we've got this bottoming pattern, then we've kind of got this a pullback and then a wind up into the trend. When the market like pulls back and it winds up and bumps into the trend, it's got a good chance it can break through. And it's been a long time since that trend has been really tested and broken. So I feel more comfortable on the long side for now. Yeah, you all the time, Larry. Yeah, it's patience is in trading is the most valuable thing. And something I've struggled with in the past is, like, I've invested so much time into, I like you guys too, you invest your time into trading. And that time is super valuable too. And so when you're losing, it's like, where did all your time go? It's been wasted. It got taken away from you when you lose. And when you're trying to make money and provide, and also remember the government and partial shutdown. Oh yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Larry. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That's definitely why this is extra dead. I was trying to figure out, why is it this dead? But that's got to be a part of it. We had the holiday, the start of the week, and a partial government shutdown. So that starts to make sense as to why it's been so dead. Still doesn't mean there's really anything we can do. Yep. Then you get discouraged. Super discouraging. So just easy, light trading until that volatility comes back. And we can't control that. We don't know when it's going to show up. We can pray for volatility, that people will come back into the market. But ultimately, there's just nothing we can do. So we still got to decide where we're making moves. There's not really enough room for me to get another trade in here. There's this tiny little level I'm looking at right in here now. There's not really enough room for me to get another trade in. Well, I mean, let's just measure. It's probably not 2 pips. No, it's not. I mean, up to here is 2 pips. If we put one in here, it's really trying to squeeze and force it. Now, the good thing is we're entering into a period where volatility should show up. Okay, that's enough for me to get a trade in, just barely. So I'm going to squeeze one in there, and then I'll get another 1 or 2 down here. Because this is why the news is so important to look at. We can start to forecast when the people are going to come back into the market. We don't know which way the market's going to go, but at least if we can see that volatility is coming, we can prepare our trade setups to say, okay, hopefully there'll be participants soon. Like help is on the way, people are coming in to trade. There should be opportunities. So we want to be ahead of the volatility, and then we want to be out and finished before everybody else leaves. So we want to come in before everybody to get ready and get our trades coming. Then when the market starts picking up, we make our money and then we get out before everybody else leaves so that we're not stuck in dead markets. See, we're always 1 or 2, 3 steps ahead of everything, not just the way that we're entering the market with our lines. We're already pre-making moves there, but we also need to decide when we're going to get ahead so that we can be in the action and out before everybody else leaves. Yeah, then you get those who brag how many pips they make. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to feel good when you make some wins and then you want to just tell people. And then it's so hard to share the losses when you like lose right after making all those pips too. All last year, I was sharing on my Facebook and Instagram. I shared every day my wins and my losses for 180 days. And there was a season during the summer of last year where I lost like over 10%. It was so dead, and my strategy that I was testing just wasn't working at all. And I lost and I lost and I lost. And it was really hard to swallow that I had to share because I had committed to sharing the wins and losses, but I did. So if you go back onto my social media, you'll see that I shared everything for 180 days last year. I'm gonna add one more trade in here, and then I'll get one more trade on the red line. It is so hard to share the losses. Sorry, guys, my kids were just making ridiculous amount of noise. It's like when I first started with apiary and made nearly 2,000 pips, then reality set in as market does not give that, but computer program and simulated accounts. Since then, it's been less and less doing live account. Yeah. Yeah, reality sets in. I like you just hit like one gold spot in the market where everything just was working out and good volatility and you were just in sync and then you make a bunch and then reality sets in and the averages start proving to enter into the market and you all of a sudden are realizing that oh that was an unrealistic set of time or an expectation that I put in my mind because I was just nailing it in the sweet spot, but on average it doesn't allow me to do all that we did that one special time. The averages, the numbers really matter. We need to know what we make on average over a long period of time. Okay, so we've got this market is now drifting past this action point right here, which is not really a great sign. We've got a couple minutes to the news, so I'm going to add 2 trades in here. And we will pray, Father, bring us some volatility today, please. In the mighty name of Jesus, bring some volatility. All right, we had core durable goods, right? Is that what's coming up? Yep, core durable goods in 45 seconds. We'll get some volatility here. There'll be something. Man, we got to put some money back in our accounts though. 30 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, core durable goods is minus 1.4%, which is good for the dollar. 0.9% core durable goods, that's good for the dollar. Doesn't seem to be, yeah, I mean, it's decent for the dollar. I wonder if people are going to run with that. It's nothing huge, but it's decent for the dollar. So I don't feel like that's a catalyst to send the market into a big short run on the euro dollar. Yeah, just not much for the news. And now we've got nothing for the rest of the morning. So let's just hope that the traders are just in after a super slow week. So far, the first half of the week has been pretty dead. But we are the middle of the week now. So maybe people will be back. But we shall see. that news event certainly didn't do too much for anybody, at least yet. Even did you? I was trying to think at that time when you started at apiary, were you able to trade gold? Because I remember when we brought gold in to trade, and we got some big moves out of gold. And then I think something happened with the liquidity provider, and they couldn't do it anymore, so that went away. But I remember trading gold and making huge pips, big values because the runs were so big. Yeah, Larry remembers that. Okay, so now let's look at this leg. We had on the 1 minute chart, we've had this. Well, I guess we should go from up here. From here, we've had a leg down, which has been 12, almost 13 pips. So there's a good chance we'll see a pullback somewhere in here. And it blew past that support point too. It's like it didn't care about it. So we've got, I guess this is like our nadir candle. Right here. That one, we're just like riding right on the edge of breaking. So now we've got to get through this level to make the turn upward on the 1 minute chart. I'm going to get a couple more trades in here. 1, 2. Try and make some money in this little consolidation box. The good thing is my orders are right at the bottom. If this turns and maintains consolidation, then I've got my orders right at the bottom of the box, which would be great. Now we might head down and break out of this little consolidation. But for now, that's a good spot to be able to fit 2 pips, just barely. I mean, it's a really tight box. This is not a good start to the day yet. So I'm gonna be getting into some more trades here. Where's the level? 1.83. So somewhere in here, I'm going to get into a stack of 4 to 6 trades in here. So we got 1, 1, 1, and then we've got 2, 2. So the next level is going to be 4. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to add along on my apiary account. I've got to be so careful now. So annoying. It's just so annoying. I'm gonna just have to go really slow. I'm at 4, or I can maybe show you guys if you want to see my apiary account now. Alveo. It's not coming up, is it? What's going on here? Alveo. What's going on? I'm gonna see, for some reason it's not working. Or just the screen share. So I'm gonna see if I can remove the source. Remove that source. Yes. And then we're gonna add a new source back in. Window capture. Yep. Call it LVO. Okay. And let's see if this works. There. I think that works, right, guys? Can you see that? So the really annoying thing is I haven't been able to trade this account for the past few weeks and just until the past couple days. And so I didn't get to put any profits in the account while there was some decent trading. So I just started trading where we hit this dead spot, and I just took two big back-to-back losses. So now, I mean, it's just the worst timing. So now I'm going to have to go really, really slow and crawl back. And I think it's tomorrow or the next day would be a payday cycle, but that's not happening for me. Lost big right before that pay cycle. I think it's going to take me probably a few weeks to get this back to positive. So if I'm really careful, hopefully next month I can bring it back up for some profits. But it's going to be hard because there's very little risk now to work with. So I'm going to go back to MT5. All right, I'm going to slowly start adding here. And we need to find a bottom somewhere in here. There almost certainly will be some action in here somewhere. It's a matter of trying to find it. I'm gonna add another one as it pushes lower. Okay, gonna add another one here. Okay, on this push lower, we're gonna add again. I'm gonna try and find a turn down here. Hopefully we'll land a little bit of profit. What will not be good is if this market just keeps heading down instead of responding to the support levels that we're entering. Because when low volatility sets in, sometimes the market doesn't bounce on support. It just goes right through it. Like yesterday, let's pull up the 15-minute. Like there was no, like when this market came back up, it didn't bounce off of this level. Didn't bounce there. It didn't even pull back at this level. Didn't pull back there. It's just barely started to consider pulling back at this level. In here, it may very, very little, but not much at all, right? It just kept running. And then here's another spot. It just started to make a turn right in there, all the way up here. But otherwise, the thing just went straight up with no opportunities for taking wins and losses other than if you were just holding your buy, you would have done well. I had that feeling too that we were going to get a big up leg. I thought maybe it would be over here though, but it didn't happen. Of course, it came after a down leg, taking all the losses, getting signals to go short, and then just running straight back up. All right. So we've got a decent little layer in here. So if we get a pop, we should be able to gather up some profits. And then I'll have to start taking losses on the top ones as this leg comes back in, as we get a bounce at some point. In this case, I can't really afford to put much more of more trades in here. I'm gonna have to wait for it to get all the way down to these lows and even push a bit lower before I can get another stack of probably 4. Oh man, it will just be so annoying if it just blows right past again. Okay, right on that 3. I'm gonna just grab 1 there. I'm gonna need to get another few wherever. I've got to find a bottom here to make some money so that I can take a loss or 2. Oh man, if it just runs straight down, it's gonna be super annoying. Okay, I'm gonna grab 1 more trade here. I think my guess with the way things are right now is we're gonna make a new low, create an outside range, trigger everybody short, and then we'll get the pullback. That's my guess. So I think we're gonna break these lows. And and that would be an outside range. We made new highs coming up here, signaling to go long, and now it's coming all the way back down, and we're almost about to trigger people out of their longs and get short. So we'll see. Maybe we get a bounce here. Like it should bounce here. But by the way things are going, it just makes me think we're going to go and break these lows just to get to hit stop losses and gather liquidity. Let's see. This candle's starting to get some action, so maybe we got people coming into the market now. See that candle flickering? That's a good sign. And see these candles? Like this is also very much low volatility. Candles are just heading down. Okay, here we go. There we go. We're hitting those lows. We've broken that low. I'm going to gather some trades in here. I do think it's going to break lower and bust and just break those. But then I'm expecting a pullback after it breaks them. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Unbelievable. I'm going to buy 2, 3. Oh my goodness. I can't stand it when it does this. Like it just doesn't care about these support points. It's just blowing right by them. That's a bad sign. That means low volatility. One, two, three, four. Okay, that's enough. I can't trade anymore here. Let's see if we get that pullback though. I was thinking we break it, we trigger all people out of their longs, and now I think we're gonna get a pullback. Okay, grabbed a few profits on that. I need to do it again though to get rid of that loss up there. I'm also expecting to see a bit of a better pullback. So I want to just see it get a little bit more of a pullback before I start taking losses up here. We should be able to do better than that. Okay, just slowly add back in here. 2, 3, and 4. And then hold. So now we've run 22, 23 pips down, straight down. Our stacking is decent. We're heaviest at the bottom now with a couple lighter trades up top, so our stacking is okay. And I pull up the 15-minute chart to see, oh my heavens. Where's our next layer down here? Because it's still going. Oh my, I can't stand it when the market does this. We should see at this 200 level. We should get something there. Man, oh man. Okay. So we got to go down a little bit further before I can add some trades. So we did it. We did an outside range again. We triggered people into the buys. We're going making new highs, and now we're making new lows. Again, an outside range, and these are the trickiest things to trade. So I gotta back out to the 15-minute chart here, and hopefully we find a turn somewhere in here. I'm just gonna add one just to see where it lands. Okay, it's a decent target there. I'm gonna slowly add a bit more. The chances of getting back from pulling back up to here, up into this layer are that's a very high probability trade. So I don't know if we can draw it in here and see it. I'm gonna draw a line in here. The market should at least pull back to there. And so when it does, we want to really make some money on that pullback so we can get rid of those losses up there if it's going to keep heading down. So there's the 15-minute bar close. Oh, that's the hour, right on the hour. I'm actually going to buy a little bit more because we often get a pivot right at the hour. So I'm going to get into a few trades here. We need to make some money on the pullback. I'm going to get in a little bit heavier. All right, let's go back down to 1 minute, see what's going on. We should see a reversal. It's right on the hour, and it's right at a spot where it should turn. We've now run 25 pips with no turn. So it's the time in the price cycle now that should be time for a turn. So let's hope we get a turn here. There should be a turn here. And we should easily get back up to this line. Right through here, we should have no problem getting to that spot. The 1.183, it should get back up there without problems. Okay, starting to take some profit. And we've officially got the turn on the 1 minute chart. Gonna take a loss on that top one. $9 loss. We took a few trades for win, but I gotta now get rid of some of those in case it wants to keep going down. Yeah, news is green. That's why it's going down. Yeah. We need some volatility. We get another press down. I'm going to get into another good stack in these lows. And hopefully it will give us an opportunity to get rid of some more of the losses up here. Should still have no problem getting to that, back to that 1.183, or even right here, to test these lows. Okay, coming back down, I'm going to start adding back into that. And in here, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to just keep going. Okay, we should still see a turn come in here. 25 pips. Yeah. Somewhere in here we'll get a turn. But at the moment, it is being dirty again. It's being very low volatility. Oh man. Just so slow. Super slow. Did you guys short with that news, or did you get any of that leg down? I don't know exactly how he trade, but I think Vin kind of goes for like some bigger runs. No, for Larry. Well, you know that the volatility is down when it's been an hour and we haven't. Oh, we made a tiny bit of profit. This one little leg we've made a bit of, just barely a bit of profit in an hour. That's not good. It's not good at all. I think as the market pushes down into the 1.182, I'm going to be fading and grabbing more buys as we get into that level. Because on the 15-minute chart, I'm just trying to find that spot here. It seems like we've got another good leg layer here, and it's pushing down now. This should be offer some kind of support for a turn, so I'm gonna slowly buy into that support point as that pushes down right here. Okay, it's gonna, it's a bit tight still to fit our targets in below that 15-minute bar. It'd be nice if I could get the targets below that. But we got to be slow because this thing just might just shoot all the way down. Oh man, would that be so annoying? You were way down, like just down on today, you mean, as well? Like just on this leg? We should get a pullback. And when we do, we'll make a little bit of money. Okay. I'm just making like a tiny bit of profit because I managed to get one trade on the very bottom. It's an unlikely spot, and I didn't get in heavier to get into a full layer, so not really making too much money on that tiny pullback yet. Okay, and if it pushes down again, I'm going to start buying it. Okay, gonna get ready to start buying slowly on the push. I got a feeling it's gonna make a new low again, so I want to get it on the very bottom, on the lowest low, if I can. And stock market opens in 15 minutes. So maybe then we'll get people coming into the market. Finger still on the trigger to buy the dips. So as it pushes lower, I'm going to buy a bit more, just waiting for it to push. Okay, I'm going to get in one more. It's trying to push right here. We're almost at that 82 there. We've now broken it and it's pushing down. I'm going to buy. Buy. This is that spot on the previous run down where we should see some kind of support come in here. I'm going to add. now down about 1% drawdown in my account. Just barely missed some take profits there. Okay, it took a little profit. I'm going to take a loss on that upper position just to get that, keep mitigating that risk. I want to get rid of those trades now as soon as I can. So I had a little profit. I took the loss. It wasn't quite even, like I didn't quite make enough profit, but it is more important that I draw down the account and get rid of those losses with a little bit of profit. So now when it pushes down again, I'm going to get in heavier this time because I've got a little bit more capital on the next push down. Okay, buying. This will give me another opportunity. Getting into it. Okay. Didn't quite get in enough yet. Okay, just on the pushes down. Gonna buy. Gonna buy. Just on the pushes down. Gonna buy. Okay, if it keeps driving down, we need to survive the next 10 minutes to get to the market open for the volatility to come back. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Look how dead this market is. Like, that's not trading. That's just pushing no volatility. It's not offering opportunities for trading. It's the worst. Man. Like, I need to be able to buy here as well, but I'm getting close to my 2% again because it's not stopping. I'm going to get stopped out again. Oh my goodness. Look at it go. And I'm running out of capital and space right now. Like, I really should be buying here. But now I'm just in survival trying to make it through this. Unbelievable. I'm gonna get stopped out here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just took another loss. Oh man. Well, guys, I'm gonna buy this still because the support should be coming in and I'm gonna have to restart. I just took another 2% hit. That was my equity protection that came in for the 2%, and it was about to hit my stop loss too. They come in right about the same time. Either I hit my stop loss or that equity protection. Oh man. All right, well, we're gonna try it again. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that happened again. That's weeks of work in the past couple days now just lost. I haven't had that happen in a while. Well, we just lost another 2%. I don't know which way it's going, but we're going to make some money back on the volatility. So I'm going to start short and I'm going to play both sides so that I can't say that, oh, you should have gone short. No, I'm going to go both sides because there should be movement here when the stock market opens. That's weeks down the drain. That is really hard to handle. this is where my system falls apart. When there's no volatility like that, my system falls apart. And but it's so good when there's volatility. It works great. But I've happened to hit this really weird spot now where we've got these huge legs with no volatility. Tell you guys, that is so annoying. I'm gonna just keep going and doing what I do. I'm just starting over. Because the moment the volatility comes back in, I need to make money during that period. So I'm gonna go long and short. I'm not biased. And I'm gonna make some money back with the volatility when it shows up here. So that leg was a 36 pip leg, and you guys know my stop losses are 35 pips. So it lines up perfectly. It's either hitting my stop loss at that time or my equity protection. So like my sizing was pretty close. I wasn't far off. Like I can't blame myself here. I did the things I'm supposed to do, but it just barely hit my stop loss. And what do we do now? Well, all the thing I can do is just do the same thing that generally makes money. So I took a little bit of profit on the long. Okay, on these pullbacks on both sides, as this drops, I'm going to add buys. If it runs up, I'm going to add shorts and then capture some volatility. It's the market open now, so there should be something. Oh man. Okay, taking profit on the short. I'm going long. Gonna add another long here. We're 9994. I think we're at 9992. I'm gonna just put that in for my own record. We're now starting from 9992. Okay, I took some profit on the long. I'm going short. As that short leg comes in, I'm gonna get rid of the bottom trade because it's a little bit too bottom heavy. I don't want two sitting at the bottom, only one. It's stalling, so I'm gonna just take the loss on the bottom one. And I'm gonna go long. And I'm gonna go another long. So I've got two longs and two shorts, and they're on each side of the market. So it just needs to move one way or the other. It'll make some money. Okay, taking profit on the short. Okay, taking some profit on the short. Getting ready to put in a long as soon as it drops a bit lower. I can't believe the amount of movement. There's still barely any movement in the market. It's still barely moving. What is going on? It's got to be that government shutdown. Oh, man. Dirty, dirty market. Just going to take even tiny profits on the short, on the longs, because the market's not moving. So I'm going to just keep taking whatever I can get. Just, I'm still maintaining my structure. It's just if it's stalling on smaller profits, I'm probably just going to take some because the market is showing us that it's not moving. Okay, gonna buy on that dip. I'm gonna zoom in here so we can see what's going on because this market is barely moving. And then on the up push, gonna take a profit on that one. Pushes down, I'm gonna buy it again. Okay, I'm gonna try and buy these lows right here. And then it might break down, come all the way back down here. I'll buy that up. This is nuts though. It's barely moving. We're in the middle of the New York session and it's just barely going anywhere. Okay, it just missed my profit targets on that up push. It's trying to push lower. So we'll buy it again on the previous low. Okay, I'm going to buy one here because it's stalling there. And it's on here. I'm going to put this in and show you what I'm looking at. Right on that. Oh, come on, draw. Right on that point that often acts as a support, and it seems to be doing that now. So I added a position in there rather than waiting for it to go all the way down. We'll zoom back in. Wow, I just can't believe it. It's just barely moving. Okay, are we going to get a turn? See how difficult it is when the market's not moving? You just can't make money if it's not moving. It is the worst when it takes your money and then doesn't move enough to make money. What is Thursday? Are we seeing some news on Thursday? What's Thursday? Unemployment claims is tomorrow. And then pending home sales later in the morning. I'm thinking at this point the best bet is trying to make money tomorrow. Unless today, unless people think that the FOMC meeting minutes are like, maybe people are waiting for that. Maybe because of the government partial shutdown, that those FOMC meeting minutes might play a factor into getting people here. So that's at 2 p.m. for me. I think that might be too. Okay, we just took profit on one little trade. So the market is dead. We need to time ourselves with the volatility. There's a chance at 2 p.m. And then tomorrow morning, here, let's actually, hey guys, I'm gonna bring the news back up and let's see when our highest probability of making some money is. I'm just watching this buy come in, this buy leg where we're getting a turn. Okay, while that's doing nothing, let's pull up the news. So we've got FOMC meeting minutes in here. That's a little bit later. That's higher impact news. That might bring people back into the market here. And then tomorrow, wait, is there anything else? Okay, we've got Aussie. Actually, tonight, the next Tokyo Open, we've got Aussie news. So the Tokyo might make some movements tonight. Guys, I'm wondering if I can try and slip in one of these sessions at the next Tokyo Open, which is my evening. That might be an idea because we've got some red folders. Okay. And then what about for the rest of the day? So nothing in the London session tonight. And then tomorrow we got unemployment claims for the New York Open. We need to try and time ourselves with the volatility to make some of this money back. So this afternoon, there's a chance. Then the Tokyo session, there might be a little bit of some movement. And then not during the London session because there's no news. But then the New York Open, we might get some, again, unemployment claims. So I'm going to try and sync up with that because we need to sync up with volatility here. Go back to MT5. Yeah, timing is so important, so important. And our struggle right now is volatility. So we need to line ourselves up with volatility. Okay, starting to just barely come back up here now. See if we can hit some of these profits. Okay, taking a little profit. I'm going to lighten up one of these little trades on the next push up because I've got two that are sitting kind of high. So I'm just going to get rid of one at the right there. Get rid of that one just in case it pulls back. Oh, these days grind my gears. Just make me so upset and angry and agitated. Oh man, the losses between yesterday and today. Oh, I just can't stand it. Being raw and open with you guys, I can't stand it. 36 pip move. Just enough to tap me out. Okay, so it's pulling back right here. I'm going to add, well, it's not even enough to buy. It's barely moving. Okay, I'm going to buy this dip. Going to buy it again. I should have got a sell up in those highs. Okay, if I can take a little profit on one of these, I'm going to also take a break even or a loss on the top position just to get rid of it because I'm a little bit heavy in this one spot. But I'm also trying to squeeze money out of these little moves because it's like all we've got to work with. Go one more buy down here. Actually, I'm going to go two here. There, that's a good one. And then if it pops up and hits some profit, I got to take a loss on those top positions. And we're almost hitting the new hour, which is another good possibility for some more movement. And then I know, like, the loss that I hit, I mean, it feels big, but for me, that loss I just took is a standard loss. I know over the past couple of days, unfortunately, I've taken a few standard losses now that have really accumulated and taken a dent out of the account. But today is a standard loss. I mean, just got to think of it as that's how I lose. When I lose, it's either I hit that stop loss or that equity protection at 2%. Whatever one comes first, they're right about the same. And those things do not happen often. Like, that's why I know this works, because generally in decent volatility, that does not happen. It doesn't happen often. Yeah, big dent between yesterday and today. Man, I was at one point I had locked in $600 in this 10K account. Between yesterday and today, I've gone below 10K. But we will survive this. We will survive it, and we'll start making it back. We just need to survive through the low volatility to make it to the high volatility where we can make money. We're just in a bit of a survival mode while we wait for the volatility to come back. Just missed those targets. Classic low volatility. And while we're going through this, I want to get better myself at timing myself up, getting in sync with high volatility times and staying out when it's low volatility, because I want to prevent those losses like we just had these past couple days. Like my gains are fairly standard. And so it's more like about avoiding those flat times and avoiding that low volatility so you don't take those losses for the way that I'm trading. But I just didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming yesterday. I thought it was going to be somewhat busy after the long weekend. I thought people would be anxious to get back in the market and start trading. But didn't seem to be. It was super dead yesterday. And again today. Okay, just barely tapping a profit. Got out of one of those trades. And we'll see how this 1 minute bar closes. And it is the top of the hour. And this 1 minute bar is coming in strong. All right, just taking some profit. I'm just going to take that one off the top for a loss because I just don't want it there. I don't want to be buying at the top. Okay, I'm going to sell at these highs right up here. And I'm just going to go light in case it starts running all the way back up like it did to us this morning, running just all the way down. I really don't think it's going to just rebound all the way back up, but I'm being prepared. So guys, this is the hour generally where we get good volatility. It's usually, for me, 9 to 10. I mean, usually the New York Open is good, but this was not good at all. So my guess is that we'll see a little bit of action now. Try and capitalize on whatever we can get over the next little bit. And so for about an hour, and then we want to be pulling out of the market after this next hour or so, because that's when the London close comes in. We want to be out before lunchtime in New York, and as London's closing, we want to take our last profits and then get out. And then I may look at the market this afternoon for that higher impact news. I'm not going to do it live with you guys, but I'll give you my plan so that I can chip away at these losses. Okay, I mean, back over 10K, so the account's back in the green now. At least. One good thing. Okay, gonna add a sell right in here. Then as it comes back down, I'm gonna take profit and I'm gonna take a break even, and then I'm gonna go long. Because it seems like we've got a double bottom starting to show up here. So we could see something like that. Maybe a double bottom and a leg up. Okay, gonna sell this. I'm going to add 2 here. And if it pops up to these lines, I'm going to add 4 up in there. And I've got my apiary account in the green, believe it or not, after that down leg. I'll show you how I traded it after, but I was trading it while trading with you guys over here. Okay, let's see if we get some profits. There's a little bit, so it's like a small loss right in there on the bottom one and a profit, and we're going to go long right in here because that double bottom's coming in. Okay, and I'm going to do that the same on the apiary account. Get long in here. Okay, so guys, you can see now, right? The volatility is back a little bit. So now's the time when we're going to try and make a little bit of money back. There seems to be people here. So now we try and make some money. Wonder if Larry's okay. We haven't heard from him in a little bit. And I know those losses do hurt, but we pray for strength, Father. Give us strength to endure the hard times. Okay, took a little profit on that leg up. I'm also going to short it. So I've got both sides in the market here now. You can see I'm really trying to not be biased. I'm just trying to trade with whatever we've got in front of us. Just trading for volatility, just the back and forth. I don't have an economic bias right now. I've got a volatility bias. So I'm seeing it looks like some people are coming back, so I'm going to try and make money both sides. Have to go. Yeah, no worries, Vin. Thanks so much for coming in, getting to see the ugly, ugly day, that's for sure. But thank you for joining, and have a really good rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you again. You know the game plan that I've kind of got going on, so hopefully in the next couple of days we'll recoup some of this. But God bless. Okay, just took profit on that short. Okay, and as it pushes down, we'll go long again. This is actually there's not a lot of traders here right now. Not right at the moment. On the push down. Gonna just get one in there. Hopefully just squeeze one in. Okay, starting to break down finally. Gonna buy it. One here. We'll get in a couple more buys at the previous lows. It's a bigger move than we've had in the past few minutes. Okay, if I can just take profit on that trade, I'm going to take that one for a win. I'm going to take a loss on this one on the top, just like that. And I'm going to go short there. Just try and stay with the energy. The short seems to be coming back in, so just favor the current energy and keep taking the losses where we need to mitigate the risk. And if we can take some profit on the buys, that's great. We'll cover that previous loss. Another profit on the buy. Okay, well, it is really slow. Again, we're barely moving anywhere. I'm going to keep doing the same thing, the same iteration that makes money. Generally, I'm just going to keep doing that same thing. So you know the plan. Larry, I don't know if you're still with us for now. But I'm going to just keep doing the same thing. I'm going to have a look around that 1:45 to 2 p.m. range and see if that volatility comes back because of the meeting minutes. I'm going to be trying to sync up with volatility when it's here. So I'm going to be looking to finish this up in an hour, and then I'll be looking to see if there's some more at that high news time. And then tonight at the Tokyo session as well, I'll be looking for that for some more volatility to trade that too. And then tomorrow morning at 8:30, unemployment claims. Okay, so today, I guess I should calculate what we lost today. Well, I'm not done trading. But we lost, let me see where we started. $10,211. So we're currently down 2% on this session now. I'm going to keep trading away for a while, and then I'll let you know how today finishes up. But I got some other things I got to do for this morning. So that is the ugly part of trading, what we're looking at today. But hopefully, as the rest of the week goes on, we'll make some more gains and put them back into the account. Make sure not to lose too much when we lose. All right. Well, I will catch you guys tomorrow.